And pre-commit setup that RTW provides you, it's actually compatible completely with ROS tool linters. We have decided not to go with ROS tool linters because pre-commit is much faster and you can separate your linting and testing stage, because there is nothing worse than having 15,000 lines of test output and then somewhere there you have trailing space. This got us crazy at ROS Control. That's why we are never using auto-linting. Hi everyone, Dr. Denis from BeRobotize here. If you ever wanted to use ROS like a pro, then this is a video for you. In ROS for Pro series, we show you which tools and which techniques we are using at BeRobotize and how we profit from them. Hopefully, you can also profit from them too, or at least use them as idea. My recommendation, if you have no idea about what we are talking, utilize it one-to-one and then you will develop it further. In today's video, I want to talk to you about how to simplify common development. One of the very important things, how to do linting properly in our opinion, or in my opinion, based on experience from many open source projects, many commercial projects, you have to make it simple. And this technique will show you how to make it simple, that everybody are holding up to it and you don't have any excuses, because nobody likes to work on a clean code, to be honest. At the end, it has to be mostly automated, but need to be consistent in the whole team. And the tool we are using there that is essential is called pre-commit. So let's jump into it. So here you can see documentation of our RTW. If you go to guidelines and development guidelines, besides standard development guidelines, when you use how to do code, changes, pull requests, submissions, blah, 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 there are also below how to use pre-commit for formatting and linting. And pre-commit setup that RTW provides you, it's actually compatible completely with ROS tool linters. We have decided not to go with ROS tool linters because pre-commit is much faster and you can separate your linting and testing stage, because there is nothing worse than having 15,000 lines of test output and then somewhere there you have trailing space. This got us crazy at ROS Control. That's why we are never using auto-linting, really never. And yeah, this is something I would recommend it to you. Separate your linting testing stages. And that's what we are doing with pre-commit. So to use pre-commit, you have to first install it on your computer. So let's check it out. I have here my terminal. I should have it already installed. Let's see. Yes, it's installed. And for this, we will use our workspace that we have created a few videos ago. It's my cool robot workspace. You can check it somewhere here, or below in the comments, or in the old videos. Simply check our channel, subscribe, and then you will get all the videos. And if you follow them regularly, then you will know what we are talking about. So now let's go into our workspace, my robot workspace, it's called ROS DS. Why I'm saying cool? Because actually the package is called my cool robot. Good, that we have. So now let's go my cool robot bring up. That's basically one of the main packages that we are always using. And here is now important. Let's say we want to use pre-commit there. So for that we have to do pre-commit install. Let's see. Okay, we don't even have here git repository, so let's just do git repository, git init. Good, and then let's just do first commit, git commit minus my cool robot initial bring up files. Okay, I also have to do my name because I'm obviously doing on this environment first time. Here. .com, and here as my name. Good. Now we have this. Now we can commit everything. So now everything is committed, and now we can do pre-commit install. Okay. So now when we have pre-commit depends on Git, and it's installed pre-commit hooks, which means every time when we change something, the pre-commit will run. So let's just actually check if our pre-commit is up to date. So, or we have installed pre-commit, let's be honest, but we don't have yet pre-commit set up properly. In RTW, we have our setup formatting script. So here, first you can see there is no configuration file for pre-commit. There should be one .precommit configuration file, okay? And to set up this is if you check this thing, if you can set this up also by copying from our packages, or we have a script actually that is called setup formatting for a package. If I execute this, then it will run all the pre-commit stuff, and also runs automatically, as you can see here, automatically update of pre-commit. So it set up pre-commit, copies the configuration, runs pre-commit update. And now when you check the files, you can see we have here pre-commit config format. We have also Clang format because our setup pre-commit calls Clang, and also you can have ignore words that you don't want to correct spelling. I love have spelling in it because I'm doing a lot of spelling mistakes personally. So now let's commit this. Git first we have to add them. Git commit shade-sm. So when you have your configuration, first commit it always. Pre-commit config. And now you see that pre-commit the first time is initializing environment for all the different hooks. This shows you how pre-commit will work. It will basically, every time when you want to commit something, it will execute the hooks. Later is much, much faster. Now everything is installed at first. So that's why it's here important to have this, but later everything goes much, much faster. So you will see. Okay, now we have pre-commit completely set up. As you can see here, there are some hooks that are skipped. There are some hooks that are passed. This depends on the files that you are using. Of course, we didn't have any C++ files. That's why Clang format is script. Also no Python files now in the commit, so those are automatically skipped. But everything is committed, and now we can also run pre-commit run-a. If we run all the files, now we are still missing Python files, missing C++ files, that's why they are skipped. But we see that everything is here as it should be, as we also expect. And we can also pretend to be smart, and if I now just open in this file something, and for example add here some trailing spaces. The problem is, okay, I have to do this manually. So let's just add some trailing spaces in a file. We will add them here. Okay, we added trailing spaces, and now I just will, for example, want to commit this. Git commit the shade-sm trailing spaces failure. I'm writing this failure to show you that this will be a failure because I know what will happen. Now it says failed. Okay, you have trailing spaces. File is modified and it's fixed. And then you see that my marking of my branch is again green. If you want to know more about this marking, check out our other RTW videos, of course. My branch is green, which means there is no changes because those are no changes. I added them and the hook automatically removed them. So that's how you clean the files. I mean, trailing spaces is just one of the things. There are a bunch of other things that we are testing, fixing, and so on. and also running this the same on CI. So you can find in RTW CI setup for GitHub, CI setup for GitLab, because we are running the same formatting that people will run locally in the CI. And there is no excuse. Of course, always people can avoid not to run pre-commit install, but you have to talk with them. So I hope this helps you working with your team together. It's really very useful, fast tool for formatting of your code, because you always work on changes. First time it might take longer until you have everything clean, but once when you have everything clean, every change is simple to add. Pre-commit cleans everything, and it really improves quality of the code overall. So enjoy it. I hope you have enjoyed the videos. If you did, give us a like. If you didn't, still give us a thumbs up and tell us in the comments what we can do better in the future, or is there some other topic that you would be interested? And thank you. See you in the next one. Bye.